Sleep Country, Canada. Why buy a mattress anywhere else? Boom! Everybody's heard that commercial. And why you've heard it? Because Sleep Country has been around 30 years now. And they opened up a market that didn't even know that there was a market needed, because I can remember back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, you go and buy some furniture, a bedroom suite, you buy the furniture, and then they'd throw in a mattress. Well, these guys changed everything 30 years ago, and we're going to find out about that today. So come on in. We're going to go talk to the training manager here. We got Jory Solomon here. I'm going to interrupt him here. Jory, sorry to interrupt. We just arrived here from Hamilton. Want to have a chat with you? Sorry to interrupt. I'll have to take him away from you for a minute. All right.
Excuse me for a moment.
So I know that you guys are excited. You've got a big promotion right now for 30th anniversary. So tell us a little bit about the market that we didn't know we weren't getting 30 years ago.
Yeah, well, 30 years ago, most people would just go to a big box store and they would pick furniture out, and whatever mattress happened to be on it, that's what tended to come with it. And that's what our founders and Christine McGee noticed. That was the gap in the market, where there needed to be a sleep specialist, somebody who really knows what they're talking about. And that's why we spend so much time training our sleep experts, so that when someone comes in, we can really focus on their needs, because it's not one size fits all.
Okay, I got to ask you about being the sales training manager, the guy who tells the philosophy and how we react with customers and how we treat them and expect to be treated back and forth like that. So what's the philosophy for you when someone comes in and says, I can't sleep, my back's killing me, or something like that?
Right. Well, I mean, we've been for 30 years awakening Canadians to the power of sleep, and we're doing that through our expertise. When people come in and they've got different issues, we're searching out for what is the core issues, and we know what products can address those issues. So it really is a matter of personalized matching and having a conversation with somebody to understand. Kind of like a doctor, to get a diagnosis, they need to ask you questions, and then they can figure out what's doing. We need to ask some questions and understand what's stopping you from getting the best night's sleep, so we can make recommendations to get that for you.
Okay, and you have everything here, like the showrooms are obviously gorgeous. You've got pretty much any kind of a bed that there is out there. We're going to talk about that over the next 3 segments that we've got with us this morning here on Monday. Oh, by the way, thanks for watching Morning Live here. We're going to be back. Jory Solomon, head trainer at Sleep Country, Canada. You won't have to hear me sing anymore. We're going to come back at Sleep Country in Mississauga in just a few minutes. Hi everybody, happy Monday. We're at Sleep Country, Canada at Plantation Place in Mississauga, talking today about their 30th anniversary, and I'm sure you've seen the commercials on TV, but we want to get down a little bit as to figure out why this company has been so successful, because they started with something like 4 stores, now have over 300 in Canada. And this is a tough business, because anybody with a pickup truck can sell you a mattress off the back of it and stuff like that. And the bigger companies have nice showrooms like this right here. So I want to introduce you to Jory Solomon. He's the director of training for all the sales staff in there, and that's a big job nationally. You must travel. You must have a lot of points.
Yes, I do.
You have a lot of points.
Yeah.
Never use them either.
I get to sleep in lots of hotel rooms and check what mattresses it is.
Okay, all right. So tell us a little bit about what's going on here, because there's a lot of science involved with this. Because your team put up a survey recently as to what they need to provide to people to make them have a good sleep.
Right. Well, if you want to be a sleep specialist and specialty retailer, you have to know the baseline. So we commissioned a survey in Canada, and it showed some pretty interesting results. Turns out 48% of Canadian sleepers describe their sleep as below average. And that has some very significant impacts on their physical health, their mental health, their mood. Now, on the flip side, people who describe being very satisfied with their mattress had a 30% higher chance of getting a good night's sleep. And as well, those who did get a good night's sleep experienced significant boosts in their mood in the morning.
Okay, I got to ask you about technology, because everybody's on their laptop or their computer or their phone or their iPad or whatever they've got. Does that affect sleep at all?
It does, but technology works both in a positive and a negative way. There's a pretty big difference. If you really can't sleep at night and you're just doom scrolling on your phone, that's really hurting your sleep. But on the flip side, there's lots of technology involved that can help your sleep. Things like sleep tracking apps that can give you sleep coaching, white noise machines, blue light blockers. These are all various technologies that actually are known to improve your sleep. So it works both ways.
So these are things that I guess your staff has to go into when people come in to buy a mattress, because not only are there different kinds of mattresses with different, you can up and down or flat or filled with this or filled with that, all those questions, but also just their lifestyle is part of it as well.
And that's really why we lean so heavily on our sleep experts. We train them so well so that when our customers come in, they can really work with what is that customer's lifestyle, what is that customer's issues that is hurting their sleep, and really address those from a very personal perspective and try to solve that individual's problem.
Okay, so Sleep Country Canada over the last 30 years have taken sort of a throw-in, which was a mattress that went along with the bedroom suite that you bought, to its own entity. This is what you go and buy for your specific situation. We're going to come back in the next half hour, and we're going to dive into some of the products here just to give you an idea what's going on here at Sleep Country Canada as they celebrate year number 30. Welcome back to Sleep Country Canada in Mississauga, and we're talking about the 30th anniversary of an organization that sort of revolutionized sleep, if you want to put it any other way. Again, as we've talked about in other segments, it used to be like 30 years ago, you could just come in and buy some furniture at a place and they'd throw a mattress in for you at no extra charge. And Sleep Country said, we've got to make this a little bit better. So they specialized in mattresses. But again, after 16 years, they said, mattresses alone aren't the only thing that we want to work with, because there's other things. I want to introduce you, in case you haven't met him already. Jory Solomon here is the training manager for the national sales team. So that's a huge operation for you to do. So give us an idea of the things that go along with a mattress to have a nice sleep that you've figured out and the group's figured out over the last number of years.
Yeah, so the mattress is a big part of your support system. That's about 80% of your support. But that's not where it ends. We're really looking to try and get the entire sleep ecosystem. So for example, if we take a look just behind you, pillows are a huge part of getting a great night's sleep. That's about 20% of your overall body support. Now, pillows will make a big difference, but what if you're warm at night? What if you've got other issues? That's where things like the proper sheets come in. What are we going to make the material out of? What is it specialized for? Around that other corner, we've got various different duvets where we can make you feel warmer, feel cooler, have a microclimate. Really, the fact is it's a holistic approach. You're not going to solve great sleep with just one product. It's about bringing the whole piece together so that when you lay down in bed, everything is as perfect as it can be for you.
I want to ask you about the pillows, because we've seen commercials. We've all seen the commercials about, come in and try this pillow, try that pillow, and you'd often think, aren't our pillows just filled with feathers or foam or something? But it's become a lot more scientific, isn't it?
It has, and it's actually, we offer free pillow fittings for all of our customers that come in. And it really is, again, a personalized aspect that our sleep expert takes you through. It could depend whether you sleep on your side, back, or stomach. It can depend how wide your shoulders are. It can depend how firm or how plush your mattress is. Finding the right pillow really does take a little bit of testing, really does require an expert. But once you find it, you never have to think again about finding the right pillow. Folks who have never had the proper pillow don't understand what kind of difference it makes. And folks who have had it, they just tell all their friends how big a difference it's made in their lives.
Okay. My wife maybe is one of these people, because she always says, I need a cold pillow. I need a cold pillow. We got to get a cold pillow. And you do have those here as part of the
Yeah, there are
scenario.
several pillows. I mean, we're looking at the Polar Tropic pillow. That's one example among many. But cooling technology is important for a lot of our customers, whether it's in the mattress, in the pillow, in the sheets. It can be in really a lot of different places. So that's the kind of thing we would understand in doing a pillow fitting. It's the type of question we'd ask if temperature was an issue. And if it was, we would certainly show options that can have some greater temperature control.
Okay, I'll have to bring her in then. She'll wanna
Please
have a look at
do.
this-
We'd
this
love to give her a pillow
Polar
fitting.
Tropical for one. Okay, we're going to come back a little bit later on, more talking about the 30th anniversary of Sleep Country Canada. For the last 30 years, Sleep Country Canada has taken an afterthought and made it a primary piece of having a good night's sleep and having basically a good, healthy life out there. And again, thanks for being with us all this morning. Jory Solomon, who is the national sales manager. So he trains everybody in the store. So when you go to Sleep Country, you're going to meet a guy that, or somebody or a gal that has been with him and learned what's going on. So tell us a little bit about the campaign that's going on right now, because it's made a big splash out there, and it's a little different.
It is different for us. We really wanted to try to do something nostalgic, something to bring a little bit of fun. It's our 30th anniversary. A lot of people know a lot of old commercials with Christine McGee from the 90s, from the early 2000s, things where you'd see, big shoulder pads and big hair. And we brought Christine back as a spokesperson. It had been a little bit since she'd done some commercials. Mm-hmm. And just to see the evolution of where we started and where we came from to where we are now, it's really been a cool experience. And we hope that the people out there have enjoyed feeling that little bit of nostalgia.
Okay, now there's also something for the public out there, and it ends tomorrow. This is Monday, it ends tomorrow, Tuesday. So what do people need to do if they're looking for a mattress or thinking about it? Oh, I got to go out and look. Now's the time to do it, right now.
Well, mattress or sheets or pillows. Yep. Our 30th anniversary event does end tomorrow. It's featuring throwback prices. We got all kinds of special things going on. We've got hot prices throughout the showroom. So if you are looking for something, we're always here for you. But if you can make it by tomorrow, we'd love to have you in for our anniversary.
Okay, one more thing I want to ask you about. You've been with this company now a little over half as long as it's been in existence. You've been with it as it's grown, as it's evolved, as it's changed, as it's added. What have you learned about sleep and people and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so, I've learned a ton about sleep, but specifically as it relates to people trying to find the best sleep, what's really come to the forefront is it's so personal. There's no one size fits all. And in fact, the most valuable thing you could do is talk to an expert. Have somebody who really knows what questions to ask, who really knows how to take those answers and convert it into a product that really is designed to help you personally. This isn't the kind of place where you can take your best guess and just figure it out on your own. And that's why we invest so much of our time training our staff to make sure that they can connect you to the right products.
So Sleep Country Canada, why buy a mattress or pillows or sheets or other accoutrements which will help you have a better sleep anywhere else?
You got it. Thanks so much. Sleep well.